We've all met a Nate, someone who lives at home a little too long, letting their mum and dad cook all their food while they spend hours upon hours playing video games on the sofa in the basement. Well, Baby Steps sticks that man-baby into a strange wilderness where the world looks a bit kooky, there are many slippery hillsides to fall down, and everyone is a Kiwi. As in from New Zealand, not the weird little birds.
Give me... no, sorry.
You got, no shoes.
Yeah, right now I'm on the no shoes.
Let's get this underway.
What are you...
Stick out your foot.
Yeah, okay, like this.
But does Devolver Digital's newest game reach lofty heights, or should it have stayed in the basement? But first, head over to patreon.com/idreamofindiegames, where you'll gain Discord access to the greatest indie gaming community, enjoy early ad-free shows, receive our new podcast 3 days early, get a shout out at the end of every video we produce, and more. But best of all, you'll be supporting indie visibility. Baby Steps is, and I say this with love, stupid. Every physics-based movement is goofy as hell, the world is full of silly signs, characters and landscapes, and the cutscenes and dialogues are so weird you can't help but giggle your way through them. Plus, at one point, there is a full-on donkey cock. So, yeah. Pretty stupid. The game has the same energy as something like Goat Simulator, with its frustrating traversal, zany side stuff, and silly humour. I should say this because it feels important, but I didn't finish Baby Steps. Though it wasn't for lack of trying, I will say. I just kept slipping down this goddamn mountain until the review was due. But from what I did see, in between slipping and sliding down streams and muddy ramps, Baby Steps is one of those games that people will struggle through for hours and hours just to see what other strange thing you'll find, see or hear further up the mountain. Baby Steps is best played with a controller and has you controlling each leg individually with both triggers. Which sounds easy, but you quickly realise that it takes some getting used to. As I'm sure you can probably tell by the footage, where I spent most of it face down on the ground. You have to find your rhythm when walking along flat ground, but it is the vertical scaling of the mountain where the mechanics truly make you want to tear your hair out. Nate has the balance of a baby. Lift him too high on one leg and off he goes sliding back down the mountain with a series of sad grunts and groans forcing you to reevaluate your path or just keep going the same way until you manage to brute force it. The world is also, I think, a loop, so you can't stray too far from the campfire waypoints that guide your journey, and does also mean you find yourself quite literally going in circles more often than you would like. Speaking of the campfires, each one marks the start of a new biome or area to explore that you've not stumbled upon before, and normally is a point in which you can no longer fall or slide back to the beginning, though I am sure Nate could find a way if he tried hard enough. The story and characters and voice acting is probably my favourite thing about Baby Steps.
We decided mutually I shouldn't have a map.
It shouldn't have a map.
Oh, yeah, no, we were talking and he looked at me and he said, you look kind of like an elite climber, better not give you a map.
Oh, you're elite.
Aside from the time a chick did follow me up the mountain, that was pretty cute, simply because of how much the cutscenes make me laugh. Nate is accosted as soon as he arrives by enthusiastic mountaineer Jim, who then pops up all over the shop to try and offer Nate advice. But big baby Nate cannot form a cohesive sentence well enough to actually use any of that advice, much to my chagrin, might I say. The voice acting is great, and honestly it felt like most of it was improv by the voice cast.
Oh, what? This hole used to be dry.
Oh, no.
Nate, did you pee in the hole?
No,
Did you pee in this hole and now it's like too muddy and too slippery to get out of and you're stuck?
That, or the writers just told the actors to start almost breaking in the middle of a sentence because Nate has just come out with the most insane line ever. Jim offers Nate a hooroo, which is goodbye for those of us not from Oceania, which Nate then continues to use through the rest of the game, finishing every conversation with an ooh-woo for good measure.
Thank you!
Toodaloo!
Ooh-woo!
During his trip up the mountain, we meet lots of zany characters, all with their own unique addition to the story. Like the enthusiastic hiker who tells Nate about the map or grappling hook he could have.
It's got everything on it. Check it out. Seem really good.
Oh, yeah, that looks alright.
Only for Nate to say he doesn't need them and subsequently make me shake my head. And the shoe salesman who only has giant shoes. Or the Donkey Man, who once again showed off his donkey cock whilst asking for cigarettes. Ultimately, Nate needs to get to the castle so that he can make his one wish and hopefully discover all the amazing things that are out there and teach him how he should be living his life. Or he'll just wish for a toilet because the man is pretty desperate for a wee. The voice acting and grunts had me keeping my sound on, while the music was doing everything it could to make me want to mute the whole game. I'm not sure if you can really call it music, because it's more like being water tortured via your ear holes, as it's just a series of beeps, boops, sound effects, and as they describe it on the Steam page, vibes. The tracks themselves are pretty arrhythmic for the most part, and are even more annoying than accidentally getting caught in a stream and sliding forever. So if that is your thing, then maybe sit back and listen to this one. Each biome is distinct from the last and does look great, but the visuals aren't really the focal point of the game. It's the frustration. Though one small feature that I do think is pretty fun is the state of Nate's onesie. It gets covered in mud, cleaned off by water, and gets sweaty when you've been walking too much. It is gross, but it is a neat little detail. If you're worried about the Donkey Man's penis being a bit much for you, then you'll be pleased to know there is a setting to toggle nudity on and off, to make the game a little bit more palatable. There is also a pretty good selection of settings to adjust for your PC, should you need any assistance playing the game. Performance is great, and I didn't have any issues, apart from the odd leg spasm or disappearing item, so hopefully it should run well on all platforms. Overall, Baby Steps is a good time to be had, though your longevity with it may vary depending on your patience and skill at walking with a controller. Reviewing this game is sort of like reviewing a meme. It isn't a groundbreaking piece of media, but it is something that is fun for a bit until the world moves on to the next thing. I think we'll see lots of streams and videos and people clip farming content, but I struggle to see it making as big of an impact as something like Goat Simulator, which is saying something. The game is funny, frustrating, and unique in its own right, and I do think all in all the game is great, though I did feel annoyed on multiple occasions. Therefore, I think Baby Steps earns itself a silver lamp of approval, and deserves to be more than just a flash in the pan for TikTokers and streamers alike. Just watch out for that slippery mud, yeah? It'll have you wishing there was a big cliff you could throw yourself down in real life.